my fellow comic book collectors. It's Alan, the comic collector geek, and I'm joined with Steven, and we're going to have an extra spooky-tacular night. Spooky-tacular night. So the idea is it's Halloween coming up on Thursday.
Yes.
So Halloween is actually for me the best holiday. It's not even a holiday, but it's the best of the seasonal things.
Why is that?
Um, I always like the idea of free stuff, first of all. Uh, so I always like the idea of trick-or-treating and going. And I like the fact that usually during the whole month of October, they kind of do like horror movie fests and, like it's like that horror thing. And some of the people around me, well, at least in my old neighborhood, they would put on these like really crazy houses. Like they would take over their own garage and build it into like a little horror thing that you'd walk through, and it was just sort of a cool thing. And I don't know, I like the whole I was very scared as a child, and one of my things that I really wanted to do was overcome that fear. So I really embraced horror movies, and now it's become part of me. So I really love horror movies.
Did you talk your just young enough son to do the trick or treating, or how's it going?
Yeah, so what I do is when he goes to sleep, I sort of just whisper in his ear, trick or treat, trick or treat. And I think it's working. I think it's working. He's probably going to go trick or treating. So it's just
What are you giving? What are you giving at your house?
um it's the trick side of things. That's tricky.
You won't want that.
No,
You trick people here, and you get your trees teepeed, and you get
so
soap on your windows.
okay, so I was trying to be smart, and I think it's going to work against me, but what I did was I bought like those packages where it's like 200 candies in one.
Yeah.
I thought, oh, this is great. That's 200 things I can give away. But then I opened them up, and then they're like this big.
Oh, there's nothing fun about fun size. All right.
Yeah. So
You know what fun size is? Too freaking small. It's not even, they say you get at least 2 bites with that. I said, even as a kid,
the
that was
really
just
small
1
mouth.
bite.
I don't know.
Even as a kid, and even now, it's just, fun size is that's no. So what are you gonna have to get
Yeah.
another bag, or what are you gonna do?
So I bought a bunch of them. I thought I bought enough because last year we actually got inundated with kids. I think we have to buy some more because there's no way I'm going to get away with giving one of those away. I'll be like killed. Like,
Well,
they'll
they'll
probably burn my house or something like that. And
they'll ruin you. Well, we are doing peanut M&Ms, we're
Mhm.
doing Butterfingers, and we're doing Snickers,
Oh, okay.
peanut M, and also
I'm not a
Butterfingers
big
too.
fan of Butterfinger or peanut M&Ms personally,
Oh,
but
if
it's really good.
oh no. I'm all about that. And I like Hershey's with almonds too. I like those. I like
I'm not a big
Paydays.
fan for nuts in chocolate.
Oh
The only
man, I'm
time I
all
like
about it.
nuts and chocolate is peanuts. I not peanuts. Turtles. Do you know the turtles?
Oh yeah,
Maybe I
that's
like
pecans,
pecans.
caramel, and
Yeah,
chocolate.
yeah, I really like those,
We
especially
have a
when they're
bunch of.
frozen.
He says, "Stop doing that, Alan. You're creeping me out." He says,
What
"That's
am I doing?
CJ. Let's say hello to our chat."
Okay, what am I doing that's creeping people out? Being myself? Oh no, that's creepy. One sec here. I gotta go to the very top. Okay, I'm gonna say hello to this first person or
Hello,
first
happy Monday,
person. And then hi Mark.
Mark,
Hi K Munin.
Andreas,
Hi Hazu. Hi
Azu,
Matt.
Big Matt.
Big Matt.
Oh
Hi
yeah,
Ron.
oh yeah,
And then Bleeker. Hi
Mr.
Bleeker.
Bleak,
He's always friendly and cordial. And Lyle. Hi
Big
Lyle.
Lyle.
Big Lyle. And we did K Munin, right?
Yes,
And Brian.
Brian, Big
Steve.
Steve.
Should I do this next one? I'm not sure. I'm not
You
sure about
better,
this next
you better.
guy.
You'll never hear the end of it.
I'm clicking it, but I'm really hesitant. Oh, okay. Hi, CJ.
Hi, CJ.
I'm just messing with you. Okay. And then Jerry,
Hello,
Ozzy. Hey, Ozzy. I was just
Aussie. How
watching
are
your show
you?
just recently. Steve, JX,
Hi,
Lau?
JX. Lau?
I didn't see him at the Lau. I didn't see you at the Ottawa Comic Con or Capital Comic Con, whatever it's called. I always mess up the name of it. Um, and Brian and oh, Dead Man.
Dead man?
I didn't realize Deadman's from England. He's,
Oh, really?
I was like communicating with him on yeah,
He's over in Blighty.
yeah.
There's a fellow named Marcus I talked to today that's in Blighty. I tormented him to come on. I hope Marcus is watching.
Well, just for tonight, we're not live. This is we're undead.
Yes,
We're
we're
undead.
undead. We're undead because it's a spooktacular.
It's a spooktacular. So, and then Jim, we got lots of people here.
Jim?
Fiddle Chips,
Fiddle?
and that's it. Hi everybody. So yeah, so that's it. Good night. Hope you enjoyed the
Good
show.
night. Have a good
So yeah, so I actually have an unboxing that I promised from the last show that I was going to
Okay.
do. I'm going to actually do that first, and then
Okay.
you can do your unboxing, and then we're going to get into the spooktacular elements, like the
All
more.
right.
Okay, does that make sense? Or is
I've
that
already yes, I've already unboxed the books because it would take too long, but I've got they're all ready to go. And
I
then
have
and after I have those, then I have the spooktacular books.
okay, so I'm just going to show my two books.
Okay.
They're pretty cool. I didn't show them last time because we didn't have enough time, and I was kind of fading. So I was like, my brain's not there, so I'm done.
Still, you're still hurting, obviously, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm alive. Okay, so barely. As I said, this is an undead show. So we got
Oh,
Crimes
I
by
like
Women.
I
Isn't it
like
awesome?
that's
I
beautiful.
got these from Crime City Comics. So he does a show on Saturdays, and it's a really great show. Where it's on Instagram, and it's a claim show. And basically, what they do is they drink the whole time, and they get totally drunk, I think, and they start getting really amazing deals. So that's when I strike and try to get some awesome books. So this was Crimes by Women. I'm trying to get the complete run of this. I love this series, just awesome stuff.
Nice.
And I got this one. This one's really beat, but I got it so cheap, I can't complain. This is Weird Science, but it's a really cool robot cover. I'm not sure if you can see that.
Yeah, I
So
can.
they've come to Earth, and then there's a newspaper. It says U.S. Threatens to use hydrogen bomb to end atomic war, right? And then there's like, oh, there's no life on this planet. Like, I don't know. I just think it's really cool. I like those kind of post-apocalyptic kind of things. So yeah, so those are the two books that I picked up. I thought they were pretty
Okay.
great. Um, The Crimes by Women one, I'm actually really close to having the complete run. I'm only like 3 or 4 books away now. So,
I saw a copy of the Cat Fight for sale again recently. I know you already got that, but there was one that just arrived up for sale again. I think it's number 6 or whichever one it is. So
oh, thank you, Fiddle Chips. So, are you ready?
sure.
Okay, I'll let you show some stuff.
I this is well, I guess that would be a scary book.
Oh,
Okay.
by the way, the Weird Science was L. Felstein, which is awesome.
Oh, very good. Very good. His Good Girl stuff and his Weird Science and others are so different.
Yeah, I kind of wish that he did more Good Girl when he was over at EC.
Or have the good girls in space, you
That's what
know.
I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
Use that,
Wally
but it's
Wood
an
did that.
entirely different his artistic style is entirely different.
Yeah, it's almost like it's almost like you can't recognize it
No, I
comparatively.
know.
Yeah.
This was an impulse buy. I just loved it. This is a cool looking gal with a dragon.
Oh, that's interesting. Jade Warriors. Very
I'm
interesting.
unfamiliar with them. I just saw the cover. I went, ooh.
No, that's cool. It's kind of like dragon girl with sort of a very little clothing. It's good.
And Wonder Woman's having a little bit of trouble here.
Oh, nice. Is that
You know,
really Wonder Woman, or is that like a non-sanctioned Wonder
well, it
Woman?
looks like Wonder Woman to me. I mean, it says the W and has the stars down on her, in her down by her trademark, and
Mhm.
her magic lasso seems to get her in trouble. She has the bands on and stuff, but the magic lasso, she gets it used against her with regularity.
What is she roped into doing? Oh my goodness.
Exactly what they want her to do, because they'll tell the rope to say, "You are getting awfully encumbered with all those clothes on, aren't you?" One, yes, yes, I am. Here is here is a here is Jessica Rabbit. I have absolutely blown away by how vivid this cover is. These books, this book here, and quite a few others, it's what Mark Oldroyd in England calls fractional art, because the interior is just a few pages. There's not much to it. It's pretty much a cover by. It is a cover by for me. But
Mhm.
look at this.
Oh wow. Very interesting, Jessica Rabbit.
Isn't that amazing? Look at how vivid that is.
Yeah, she's very shiny. Very
I
nice.
mean, I saw that and went, wow.
Very nice.
Oh, and
Here come here
this
come the perv books.
I don't know if it's pervy, it's pretty girls.
Mhm.
This is issue number 13 of only 100.
Mhm.
And the title is Deviant Nation, Certificate of Authenticity, and it doesn't say who the artist is.
Okay.
But whoever it is, it's authentic.
Okay. Well, at least it's authentic.
Here's an early Mighty Mouse and Terry Toons.
Oh, that's cute. I just thought this was a really funny warning thing.
Oh God. Fiddle, do you you figure these things out on the fly?
Yeah, that's awesome.
I showed this before, but I had the two. I can't find all the rest of my Mighty Mouses, and I have to find them. I don't know where I've put them.
So
So,
those are all the St. John ones, right? I want to get the timely ones.
well,
Or those
this is a time.
those are the timely ones? Okay.
This
Yeah.
is a timely
The timely is the first series, actually. It's
for
from
Mighty
like
Mouse.
the
Isn't it Paramount? No, it is
so
timely. That one with him with the
yeah,
orange cape.
yeah,
See, to start with, he had his trunks were orange and his cape was orange, but then his cape was red and his pants were orange, and they
yeah.
kind of went around. The colorists couldn't figure out what to do.
Mm.
I ordered here recently. Our friend Joe from Black Box Silver and Bronze some time ago showed a Dick Tracy book of with Tracy with his head on fire,
Oh yes.
and Tess Trueheart, his girlfriend. Also, there was an explosion, and her face is all blackened from the explosion, and her hair is on fire. So he's screaming for her on the cover with both of them on fire. It's really, it's.
It's a pretty crazy cover, yeah.
I had no idea about it till Joe showed it. I went out and got one. And so I've looked recently. Alan showed a lower grade, but really amazing
Cool
content.
covers.
Dick
Yeah.
Tracy,
But
where a
one guy is
gal's
getting
getting
his
this
toes
lemon
tortured.
press thing on her leg to tell that, give him the answers. And so I started to look through, and I found a few of them are coming actually from
Yeah, Fiddle,
Mexico.
I'm actually trying to get a copy of both 10 and 17, by the way. So just so you know.
And the Dick Tracys, there are some of them that are just wild. Those are still coming. This one already just arrived, where Tess is being shot in the back.
Mm.
Oh, I guess this is Breathless. That must be, yeah. Breathless is a crook, not Tess.
Oh, okay.
But
So she's
but
breathless after
but
that, at least.
Granny, I warned you, Breathless. Even if you are my own daughter, I can't let you get away with 50 grand. The case of the stolen 50 grand. She shoots her own daughter in the back.
Wow, that's pretty rough.
Is that something?
That's pretty rough. That's crazy.
I finally finished, and at some point I will show all of these together. But there are only 4 issues of Skyman by Columbia Comics, and they're like a year or 2 years or whatever. They're years apart when they were actually produced. the banned Tintin in Thailand comic.
Oh, what's that one?
I've never even
No,
heard of
I
that.
never heard of it. I don't know it.
So, but
Well, learn
this
something. I'll look it up.
this is the last one that I needed for Skyman, and it's Skyman number 4. And this has clean comics for everyone, it says.
Oh yeah, so that's cool. I mean, that's cool that you finished the run.
So that and so at some point I will show all 4 together when apropos. Uh, this cover now I'm getting into now some of my auction wins from which I got a little while ago. Um, this one Alan had a long time ago, and I've been trying to get one ever since because the content on the cover is so amazing. Now you know that Red Rider, the cowboy that sold all the guns, had a little Indian sidekick, and
Okay.
his name. Did you know what the name of his little Indian
No
sidekick
idea.
was?
No idea.
His name was Little Beaver.
Oh, I know Little Beaver. I didn't realize it was Red Rider's sidekick.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Red Rider's little sidekick is Little Beaver, and he's
yeah,
got a headband. And Robert Blake was played him in the movies and what have you. Bobby Blake, but who was Beretta and all this other stuff, and he was a piece of work. But anyway, what we have here is we have Little Beaver is behind Firehair, and there's a situation, and she's going to use her bow, and I don't know what Little Beaver is going to shoot.
it looks like he's gonna shoot her butt.
It looks like he's going to do something.
He's like,
And this is a really nice copy. If you can see the trade dress just sits, see where it says Pioneer West Romances. See
mhm.
how that basically just sits. It's like an inch thick on top of the cover.
Yeah, it's quite nice.
It's just really. This is a really.
Where did you pick this one up from? My comic shop.
This was from the auction,
Oh
and
wow.
it went for beans. I put a somewhat of an aggressive
Bid on it.
price on it because I haven't seen one or nor one as nice as this. No one seemed to care about it, but boy, I mean, you
Yeah, it's
got to say
Bruce
that's
Whitman and or not Bruce Whitman, Maurice Whitman. Bruce Whitman. What am I saying?
Bruce Whitman
Yeah, I'll just make up names until I get it right.
until you get it right.
Hmm.
Well, Maurice is sort of off the beaten track.
Yeah, Maurice. Yeah.
This is a Ken Bald cover,
Hmm.
and this is a timely, and it's called Junior Miss, and all of these good girl covers that are in the 46 to 48, 49 vintage Precode, they're innumerable. There are a myriad of different girl covers, girl names. I mean, they're just Lana and Cindy,
Hmm.
Junior Miss, Patsy Walker. I mean, there's so many of Rusty. Tilly the Toiler, Millie the Model,
Hmm. I love
Tessie
them
the
all.
Typist, Nellie the Nurse, all these ones. But this is Cindy, and Cindy appears in her own strip. And here is Junior Miss,
Oh, nice.
number 31.
Now, was me getting that the inspiration for you getting that?
Yes, and then I was trying to buy one that was signed by Ken Bald, but the guy's price was way too high. It was this is a nicer copy of the book.
And you won this
It's
from the auction, right?
this was again at the
Hmm. Wendy the wife. Yeah.
um, this is not from my wins with the auction. Those are coming. I have 3 books here that I just won on eBay,
Hmm.
and this is a FOMO from David at Open by Chance, and he
Oh,
showed
okay.
this book, and then I had to go get me one, and it's Casper and Friends number 1.
But in a 9.8, that's crazy. So how much did that set you back?
A few bucks. It wasn't terrible. $100,
Oh,
I think. $100.
all right. Okay, that's not too bad.
if you can buy a 9/8 of a book you want for $100,
And
50
it's a
of it
kid's
is
book, so they usually like are beat, right? Like that's probably hard to get in a 9/8.
the kids' books are. I couldn't believe it. When I showed David and he says, "Well, it's a great price you got for that." Now, Alan, I want you again to tell me who is
Oh,
who is
jeez.
inside the ship? Who's
We
inside
got
the sub?
we got Huey, right?
Baby Huey.
Baby Huey, and then we
Yeah.
got is that Little Dot?
Nope.
No, Little Lotta, I mean.
Nope.
Wait, what's her name? Um, Audrey.
Little Audrey.
Little Audrey, yeah. Well,
Okay, and then you've got a cat and you've got a mouse.
I don't know you said their names before and I never remembered it. So
Okay. Um, uh, Herman and Catnip.
Herman and Catnip. Oh, okay. And then you got all the different ones as the
And
same
then as
people, but
fish.
they're
And the
animals.
clam is the baby Huey.
Hmm.
Isn't that
It's really,
cute?
it's a really cool cover. I really like it actually. I actually have been trying to look for that one.
I am very concerned with the environment and the how our oceans are and it's concerning to me. And so I wanted to show that there's a where they're trying this. The She-Hulk is trying her best to help this misunderstood dolphin, uh,
Hmm.
and evidently things are working out well.
Hmm. Dolphin looks happy.
The dolphin looks pretty happy. She seems to be uh, uh, encumbered.
Okay.
All right, that's that for those. So now I'll let you show some.
Okay, so did you finish? That's all your
Nope,
unboxing ones,
but
right?
no, I have a whole bunch. I have one, two, three, four, five. I have six more winners from the auction. But
Okay,
I
so
want you to
go
go.
through those ones quickly later, and then I'll show some pre-code horror stuff, just
Okay,
because, and then we'll be more on the spooktacular side of the
that's what I want.
spooktacular. Okay, so I'm going to start out with one of the ones that was on my want list for 2024, and this is one of the ones that was on my want list. I picked it up, low grade, but hey, I really wanted to get this book. It's really cool. Decapitation cover. I think it's Bernard Bailey. Yeah, Bernard Bailey. I always liked this one. I always thought it was. I always like magic covers, and it's like ta-da! It's like a like uh like a headless guy, decapitated head. So I like that one. So that's Weird Mysteries number 6, and here's another cool one. Chamber of Chills. Showed this fairly recently, I believe, but I'm going to show it again.
Yes, you did, but it's a good one. But
Yeah,
that's new anyway. That's a new one.
this is a new book. Yeah, I just recently picked this up. I'm not sure if I've shown this one recently or not, but it's been a it's another Chamber of Chills. And these ones are Lee Elias covers. Chamber of Chills. There's some pretty big books within the Chamber of Chills run. These ones were the more affordable ones, but I always liked this one. You got this kind of like almost like looks like asbestos man or something like I don't know what he is, but some
It is. He's obviously he has the asbestos suit on.
yeah, he has that kind of weird suit thing going on, and then I just like these women, damsels in distress, kind of being carried off by the monster guy. So yeah, so this is another just a Lee Elias cover. What's the big one for Chamber of Chills? Is it 50?
19, the one behind you, or 17?
Chamber of Chills, yeah, 19, but also there's another one too. Oh shoot, there's a couple. So obviously 19 is the biggest, but there's another one. But yeah, then we got Journey into Fear. I like this one. This is like the skeletal postman. There's actually a Journey into Fear that has Matt Baker art in it as well, but this not this one. I don't know who did the art for this one.
Is that's Superior Comics, right?
Yeah, yeah, you can. I'm not sure if you can see that.
I can't see where it says Into Fear.
Yeah, it's right there. that into right above the
Oh, I see.
superior.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Multicolor.
So it's Journey into Fear.
Who did the cover on that?
It doesn't say. I
Is
don't
it
know.
a came in now that came from the Iger House of Art, did it not?
Probably. I think Superior was getting all their artists from there. So it could, they were getting like Cayman and who else? Matt Baker. Um, yeah, a bunch of the kind of prestige artists of the time. But yeah, really good one.
I thought it was interesting that Doolin and Renee and some
Yeah.
of the other ones. That's I'm surprised that they were like basically delegated to Fiction House. Maurice Whitman.
Yeah.
I think Superior's had a few that was, oh, hey, look, thanks,
Oh,
JSS.
thank you.
That's awfully nice of you.
Very nice of you. Thanks, JSS. Happy Halloween. Okay. And then we got some Fazetta. Nice Fazetta horror cover. I like there's so many covers where pre-code horror covers where it's like in a graveyard and there's like, like some zombies or skeletons and they're always trying to put somebody into the grave. I'm just like, why are you in the graveyard in the first place? Just avoid the graveyard and you're probably safe. But this one
Hello, Kenneth. Do you know the thing is that those girls that take that shortcut into the cemetery,
Mhm.
you'd think they'd figure it out after all these girls would disappear next to the cemetery.
Yeah, also if you're going to go through a cemetery, don't go in high heels and a red dress. It's just
No,
not
at
proper
night,
attire
at
at
night.
night. At night.
And
Yeah.
and it's always the old abandoned cemetery. Nothing good's going to happen there.
Yeah, yeah, it's it's a pretty bad situation. But that's actually a classic cover. Archie just did a thing with it as well, where it's like the two zombies are like Jughead and Archie, and then the girls are like Betty and Veronica. So it's kind of cool. This one I showed this one way too much, but I love it anyways. So I'm gonna show it again. Um, Here, you can read it for me. Okay, maybe let's see if I can zoom it in.
Hi, my name is Alan Pollitt, and I have cut the tongues out of everybody around. You couldn't call the police if you want to. Now I'm going to have my way with you. Signed, Alan Pollitt.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it's a great Lou Morales cover. It's just a really great one, and you can see the tongues are actually falling onto the floor. He's got them all in his hand, and they're dropping onto the floor. I think this is one of the most gruesome. Like this is not a pre-code horror. Actually, it's actually a. Oh, I gave myself a thumbs up. This is actually a crime comic, but it is very pre-code horror-ish.
Precode horrorish?
Horror-ish.
Horrorish.
Horror-ish. Okay, and this one I think we can maybe do twinsies on this next one. I'm not sure if
Okay.
you have it handy, but we'll pretend you have it handy.
Mark, the Betty and Veronica behind me is an homage to Betty and Veronica number 41. And my homage by Shane McCormick does not look like the cover. They're in their dresses, sort of posing with one another, and they're talking about how short the script is the same.
Oh,
Betty, do you think that the boys like
one sec here. I'll
short
switch
skirts
to
make girls look taller? No, but they make the boys look
ours look
longer.
longer. Yeah. I, I actually okay. So this one you might have it handy.
I think I do.
I used to always have this one behind me. And you have what is it, a Crippen or what?
No, this is the Black Cat collection.
Oh, the Black Cat collection.
994.
Yeah, if you're gonna get one like a Black Cat book, you might as well get it from the Black Cat collection.
I
That's
still
just
think it looks like Finn from um,
Adventure Time. I think so
Adventure
too.
Time. It's his creepy older cousin who has the pillowcase on or the whatever in the cape, but this
Mm-hmm.
little demon guy that's
This little demon guy. Yeah.
so happy to shove her down into hell and getting smoked, and the devil has the contract. You keep getting thumbs up, Alan.
It's because my fingers are doing that.
This
My
was
phone's trying to be smart.
I don't know what the reason what the reasoning was on this, but it was priced so it was low priced for what it was, and
Yeah.
it was a buy it now. It wasn't like, it wasn't like they were trying to then
Yeah.
do an off.
Yeah, it was weird. It was like priced under what they paid for it, I think.
Yeah. And I
It's
said,
crazy.
"What am I missing?" Well, I'm not gonna look a
You
gift
don't argue
value.
with it. Just go with it.
And the thing, the little black tag up there on the top, that little disc, that says Black Cat Comics, Black
Now,
Cat
it's not an
Pedigree.
actual pedigree. It's like one of these collections things where he had collected all the books. He hadn't bought them off the shelf or whatever, but they're all really high grade. It's a really cool collection, the Black Cat one. I think he's trying to get his collection back, isn't he? Wasn't he
Yeah,
kind of
he
kicking
was
out of
bent
it?
out of shape. He says, now I'm trying to get them all back."
Oh, he's not getting that one back, I don't think.
I'm I'm afraid that he will not get this one back.
So yeah. Okay. So I'll let you finish off your last six
Okay,
books.
okay. A beautiful pink cover,
Uh,
Love and Marriage. The bride the bride wore tears. What is it? The bride wore tears. Unfaithful, lover come back, and my one mistake. And this has, I think, only 6 on the census.
wow. I mean, those superior ones are quite hard to find, actually. I mean, you see them, but there's not many on the census.
No. And part of that's because they were destroyed, but also it's that people don't see a value in them to have them slabbed.
Hmm.
Um, and But I think that stuff like this, the survival rate is, when you see them, you have to make up your mind. And I bid on this and all the things that I bid on, I did pretty well. As far as
Yeah.
there weren't any that were exorbitantly beyond what was reasonable for them.
Yeah,
This
I mean
is
that one though, the superior ones, just quickly, are notorious for the low paper quality, like just not really made very well. They kind of
no.
fall apart very quickly.
Alan, I had a question. Were they printed in
Sure.
the United States and shipped to Canada, or did
No,
Canada get the art and print them in Canada?
I think they were printed in Canada and shipped to the US, even though there was a trade embargo, which
Okay.
is kind of
So in other
weird.
words, that's a question I would be very curious to. I'll ask your Wednesday. What Where did Superior have their books printed?
They were printed in Toronto.
They were printed in Toronto.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, well that answers that. Um, and they were still having problems with all of the
Oh,
printed in
even
Toronto,
Lyle's saying,
says
even
Lyle. Yeah,
Lyle's agreeing with me. Uh, But yeah, I don't know how they got around the trade embargoes. Like, did they
I think that they
smuggle them
said,
in?
if you're going to come get me, you got to catch me.
Yeah, maybe. But because they weren't allowed, like, they because of the war, they were really trying to conserve
Paper.
paper, and also they were trying to protect Canadian businesses by having sort of this trade embargo.
Well,
That's
this
why they did it in the first
well
place.
this one is from the Love and Marriage is from September of 1952.
1952. Yeah. So the trade embargo lasted till 1953.
Wow. This
Yeah.
was
It's messed up. Yeah.
this one of my comic guy that I've been getting stuff from right straight along. He said, "Do you have any interest in this?" And I
Yeah. I don't think they were bootleg printings, by the way. I don't think so.
No, 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 they weren't. They're straight up.
Yeah. I don't think so.
They're not bootlegs. They went straight through. They didn't last much longer either.
Yes, I said, well, I said 1953. Everyone's just like repeating me. I got it
No,
right.
no, but no, his comment came in after you had said that because he's typing it
Yeah,
and he
yeah.
just wanted to provide it. It's not like he's parroting.
Okay.
He was trying to be helpful.
Okay.
Um, this one, he says, "Are you interested in it?" And I am. He says, "This one has lingerie panels and it has a Torchy story, and it's
Hmm.
Modern Comics number 71 from March of 1948."
Oh, okay. So JX means bootleg, meaning without permission. Yeah, I do believe that it was done without permission, but I'm not sure how they got around. Like sometimes bootleg means, yeah, okay, but yeah, but This is the one that you showed me yesterday, I believe, right?
Black Hawk destroys the spawn of the Cobra. This is not a politically correct comic book
Not at all.
because his sidekick here's name is Chop Chop.
Chop chop.
And Chop Chop is Chinese, and they make him look like a monkey. And then they take his hair and they tie it into a straight like alfalfa thing in the top of his head with a little red ribbon bow on it.
And he's got the big buck teeth.
And the huge buck teeth and but the thing about it is he's feeding Black Hawk's 50 caliber machine gun or his water cooled 30.
Mm-hmm.
It has the big stand, so that I'm assuming that's supposed to be a 50, but it's probably a 30 cal. But bullets going right through his head. But isn't that orange cover something?
Yeah, it's a cool cover. I mean, it kind of strangely reminds me of the one with Batman doing
Well,
the
it did. That's
Beastman.
exactly what it looks like.
Yeah, it reminds
That's
me of that a lot.
except I think that the artwork, who did the cover? Well, Reed Crandall did this cover, and Reed Crandall's really good.
Yeah, he's a good artist.
Reed Crandall, and I think that the detail of this machine gun, I give kudos to Batman 15, isn't it? I give kudos to Batman 15, but this is a more accurate rendition of the gun itself.
Mm-hmm.
And I just think, how can you not like huge machine gun? Hello, Piddles. Huge machine gun, and then his Chinese sidekick feeding the ammunition in for it with a smile on his face. Pretty
and then his hat getting shot off and everything. It's awesome.
pretty good.
Mm.
Here is another win. This is a Charlton comic from August of 1954. It is still pre-code here, so it's probably in, because September of 54 was when it was enacted, and it took until October to start things. And I believe the first code books were in early
April.
March of 55.
March, April. Yeah.
Yeah, a 55. And so this is right up against where the code is just about, I mean, it's in the works to be done. This is in August of 54, so it probably came out in July. And this is a Steve Ditko cover. It's called Racket Squad in Action number 12. And this is, the heading says Classic Explosion cover. This is one of the most violent Steve Ditko covers there is.
And you got it for steel, by the way. I know how much you paid for this, and you got it for a fraction of what it normally sells for. It normally goes for about 3 times more, by the way, Steve.
Thank you. But here you have the father is getting blown up, and the little kid and the little boy is getting blown up at the same time. And it looks like they're driving a Lincoln Cosmopolitan in that purple car. But for a Ditko cover, this is an unbelievable, a very different
style
and content for him. A lot of
is it a grenade or what is it that's getting blown up there? Is it?
Well, there's the bomb is going off, but there's a guy. I think it's the father because I don't think it's the mother. The hair looks kind of funky. I'm not quite sure. I'm assuming that because it's. I don't know if that's no. Is it a dress? That might be a woman. I think it is.
Oh, that's a disgruntled wife.
That's a woman that's almost showing off her boobs. And evidently, there's I don't know if there's a cane or a candy cane or something, or this or cane. This is an older woman or something, but it's just I think it's a store because they got the apples and the canned goods and stuff.
Yeah,
it says
really
Pops Grocery, I think.
Huh.
So anyway, this is, I think, I've never seen a Ditko cover quite as gruesome as this.
And this is Charlton, right?
Charlton.
Charlton. I always say Charlton.
And this Charlton. again, this is from August of 1954.
That's why it looks Captain Atom-ish. That's why. Very cool. That one's that one you got as a steal. That was a total steal, by the way. Like
Thank you.
seriously, it was like I was like, that's one I wanted, but I decided not to bid against you. So
Thank you. Um, the Air Fighters is a company that is from Hillman Publications, periodicals. This one is from October of 1943. Um, and the cover, I don't see the name on the cover here. Tony DeFries, Dan Barry, and John Cassoni art. This is again from October of 1943 during the war, volume 2, number 1. And this is the one that has the mad sky action. 100 yards, 50 yards, 25 yards. Airboy, click, brat, sprang. You got him, Airboy. You got one of the 4 horsemen. He's blown off his saddle. And here is a Nazi getting bullets blown right through him on this pinky purple cover. Is
okay,
this bizarre or what? I
that's
had never seen this book before, and then they offered it, and no one really wanted this one either.
yeah. Sometimes those air fighters, like they are just criminally undervalued. And I don't know why. I mean, such a cool, it's a really cool cover.
Do you know what the name of Airboy's plane is?
Wait, I do. Birdie.
That's correct.
Yeah.
I
See,
I
I do know one or two things.
when I turn it like this, it sort of washes out, but the actual color is like that.
Yeah, I mean it's really a deep pink.
And it's a pink transitional to mauve or whatever it is down at the
Yeah, yeah,
bottom,
fuchsia.
with a green ship with the bullets going through it, and him
Mhm.
too.
Very nice.
Just it's a wild one.
I
And
well, you know that
and
I've
the
been
back
picking up
cover,
most.
this back
Yeah,
cover looks like one from Canada, doesn't it?
yeah, it does. Oh my
It's the
goodness,
same kind of cover that they have.
crappy back covers.
Screwy back. It's fun to draw. Can you
Yeah,
draw this?
at least you didn't get the fun balloons. That's very Canadian. The fun balloons.
I'll make sure this isn't this, not Canadian. That's just interesting. The last 2 are the bigger ones. This one is one I've been looking for quite some time, and again, every one of these was reasonable. It does indeed.
Hmm. Yeah, the flight and the airboy ones don't really sell for much. Yeah, I don't know why. There's some really great ones.
This is Murderous Gangsters #1 by Avon
Oh, this one I know you got a really
from
great one too.
July of 1951, and it is just a screamer.
And this one we were a little bit worried about when we because we watched the auction together. We were worried that it was going to keep on going, but it just sort of stopped. It
It
was quite
crapped
nice.
out. I
Yeah.
still had, I think, $75 left before it would come up against the reserve that I put on it.
Hmm.
And I was thinking a lot of times when I'll do that, I'll put my reserve and then I'll add another $50 or something. And then if it goes by, I mean, right to the point of pain, and then an extra $50. And then if it goes past, then I say, okay, I'll catch the next train. I'll catch the next bus.
I have no idea where my copy of that is. Somewhere, somewhere over there.
Yeah, she definitely has a Jane Russell thing kind of happening, but she's got the cute bobbed hair, the redhead hair. You've got the cop shooting left and right, and the guy's got an automatic.
He's got that. I'm going to get you, you dirty copper.
You dirty copper. And he's cutting a butt. He's got his the cherries on the end of the cigarette.
And it looks like she's got her back arched because his arms behind her and stuff.
Yeah, he's
It's really
pulling
well
her
done.
back for protection so that her breasts will ward off the bullets.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Why is she smiling? And again, kind of a screwy back cover.
Spot any car trouble in a jiffy. That there's your engines just fell out. I just notified you. Please remit. But anyway, there's this one. And the last one from the auction. This is This is a very, very big, yeah, the silicone. It just bounced off. How come? I don't know. um, this is a big book. This is from pre-World War II. It is from March of 1941. It is a DC, it is an all-American comics, but it's DC, but it's all-American
It's
comics.
all American, yeah.
And this is Flash Comics number 15 from March of 1941. It features a Sheldon Moldoff cover and art inside. It has E. Hibbard for the Flash, and Gardner Fox and John Wentworth were the writers. And there's also Lampert. I can't remember who he draws, but this is an absolutely amazing colors. 7.5 for a grade of a Flash comic from pre-war.
I like Sheldon Moldoff when he does the does the Hawkman feathers and stuff.
The
Yeah.
wings take forever for him to draw, and the nose piece. I mean, where the beak and everything for the wings on his helmet, as far as that goes. But then the following through with the yellow stripes with the crosses. Even you notice down by the toes, it's like he's got claws, like a bird's claws on his boots.
Mm-hmm. It's so detailed. It's really nice.
And so between E. Hibbard doing the Flash, which are fun covers, but to my eye, hello, Kid Comics, but to my eye, I prefer the Hawk. I love Flash. You know I do. I love Flash and Flash
but the
covers.
Hawkman covers are way better.
But the Hawkman covers are so much more detailed and fascinating. This is the second Flash comic that I got that is World War II-ish, that Hawkman covers from at auction. And the other one, both of them, the other one I got a little bit more favorably, but that's a 5.5. This being a 7.5, and I'm below the market on it.
Yeah, you got it for a good price, and it's just a solid cover. I like when they put Hawkman front and center like that, where he has his wings fully spread out. He's just kind of swooping in. I think those are the best Hawkman covers.
Action covers with no word balloons.
Mm-hmm.
Action covers with no moon, and also the banner. It's the full banner, not the half banner or the small askew banner and stuff. It's the full size banner across the top, which I think just looks it's so golden age.
That's
41 is early 40. So this would have been probably in February of 41. The Battle of Britain was still going at this point. They started, actually there was 1940 was when the Adler Tag, which was Eagle Day, when 1,000 machines were in, over 1,000 machines, German and English, were in the air.
Yeah, it's a beautiful book.
So
Lyle's saying 1940. Battle of Britain?
No, the Adler Tag was in 1940. I think it was in June or something. It was in the summer months. And the majority of the fighters that were up there were Hawker Hurricanes, not Spitfires. And when the bombers would come in from Germany, they found that because the Hurricanes were a very stable gun platform, they had 8 30 caliber machine guns and Brownings in the wings, but it was a very, very stable platform. So they came up with, a plan where the ME-109s or BF-109s, when they would come in, they'd have a very short amount of time over England before they had to turn around and fly back over the channel. And so the amount of time that the bombers and the German, the Luftwaffe, could be over England was very short time. And there were several things working for the Brits on this. And that was that if a British plane got shot down or the engine got shot up, they could bail out and they just land in a farm. And then the British farmers would come out, pick them up, probably give them a drink and a smoke, and then drive them back to the aerodrome, and they put them in another plane. If the Germans bailed out, that was the end of them for the war. But the interesting thing was that because the Hurricanes could not go as fast or turn as well as the Spitfires,
Spitfires
What
were awesome.
the Spitfires would then take on the Me-109s and the Henkel bombers and the HE-110s and the Me-110s and all of these others and the Stukas. The the Hurricanes were more than a match for them, and they would line up, and then so the Hurricanes would go into the bomber formations and just shoot the hell out of them, while the
Mhm.
Spitfires would tangle with the Me-109s, and because they were equally matched, and so
Mhm.
it was the Germans, and then they had to bug out, and then the Brits could go out and chase them into the channel, shoot them down, and then turn around and still have enough gas to get back to the airdromes. And they had a lot
Wow.
of emergency ones right down there by Dover, where they would have all those. They had these emergency strips available for them to land on and everything else. So, and one last thing, and the thing that on the lemon tree, I am under the lemon tree. It's that Hitler Hitler was bombing the airdromes because they bombed Berlin. They said,
Yes.
"So we're gonna show them," and they were bombing the actually the that they were bombing the airdromes. But then the Brits went in and they bombed Berlin. And then they said, "Well, that's fine. Well, we weren't going to bomb London, but now we're bombing London." So because they decided to bomb London and tried to have that terror tactic, which didn't work, um, all of the airdromes were able to rebuild.
Yeah.
Also, also the radar system that they had, the early warning system that they had, although damaged, was then rebuilt and intact, so they could see the Germans when they were taking off in Germany to come,
Well,
how
the
many were
radar
coming,
really helped. I mean,
how many were coming, and how high they were, because the whole trick was that they would. That's why they always show the Brits where they ring the bell and they all run out into their planes and then they go up. They have to get altitude so that they can come down on them, and that was the tactics most of the time out of the sun. So that's
mhm,
all of these. These are this is all of my wins
very
from
good
my
stuff.
comic shop.
Very nice stuff. And we'll now switch gears to more pre-code horror and horror related ones. You don't have to do a recap.
I just wanted because they are so cool. I just this
That
time
was
around
really cool. I
I
agree.
just wanted I just wanted to show
Nice stuff though.
one more.
Okay, great. I love all those books actually. They're all really awesome.
Thank you.
Um, okay, so I'm gonna show some pre-code horror, and then if we have any twinsies, just tell me. Okay?
Okay. We already had one. We had the black cat.
Yeah. This one I know you don't have, but it's a cool one. I really love this title, the Voodoo. This is like a nice skull cover. One second, I'm gonna take it out of the plastic. Oh, it feels a bit better. I like this, it's like the beauty pageant, and you got the guys putting their names on the ledger. It's just a really great one. Again, I don't know who the artist is though. This one is from Farrell, Ajax Farrell, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't say who did it. I don't know who did it.
Who did it?
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. And then this one is from the Everett. Uh, what's Kinsler?
Everett Raymond Kinsler.
Yeah, he's got such a long name. Oh, what number? That was Voodoo number 14, Matt.
I have that book, but that's not one of the ones I pulled.
Yeah, I mean, I always love this one. There's a lot of things going on that you
Well,
might
the
not notice at
Davis,
first.
she's just fantastic. But there are skulls inside. There are
I was just
skulls in
gonna
his
show that.
eyeballs.
Look at that, skulls in the
There's
eyeball.
the skull balls. He has skull eyeballs.
Yeah, and then look at his hand. Like it's almost like he has like claw hands.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got this little voodoo guy.
And I really like the striations on the moon of the green and the yellow.
Yeah, it looks really cool. Um, yeah, I always love this one. Just the
Thanks, Aussie.
oh, thank you, Ozzy. Okay, this is the one that I think we can do twinsies on. I'm not sure if you got your copy yet though.
All right. Well, let's see.
I love this book, and I think kind of FOMO'd
I
on it.
have not. I have not gotten my copy yet. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know
Mine's raw. Mine's a
you got a
five.
raw copy.
Mine would be about a 5 or 5.5. I got. Well, it was my comic shop. Remember?
Okay, sure.
Oh,
Yeah, they,
what's the grade on yours? Oh, I see. Well, that's unfortunate.
yeah, that's why I was laughing.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm teasing. This is an incredibly tough book to get. I
So,
couldn't believe my luck that I got it because I've had it on my want list with them for so long.
so this one's an interesting one. This is actually the comic which the startling terror tales is it 11 starting terror tales 11, the one that has LB Cole and the spider, the death spider on it. It reprints this story, and it was a one shot. I don't know why they did it with this kind of weird dollar then 10-cent thing and the tarantula in the corner, but I
And
just
the
love.
cover's kind of askew. In other words, it's
Yeah,
printed as I mean, it
as if
definitely
it's a
catch your
poster
eye.
or something. Yeah, it's supposed to be like a poster almost, like.
Hello, Chris O.
Yeah, yeah. There's some really good ones. I love pre-record horror. Yeah, Steven always does that. He thinks that, yeah, but don't listen to him. It's probably only a 2.0 that he has, so don't worry.
Must be. That's the only logical explanation. I haven't got it yet. I look forward to that. And actually, I have already um, secured the interior story
Oh, nice.
inside for my post on Instagram on Collecto 6. And
Very
I will
cool.
pick out, I always try to pick out the most appropriate music for, whatever I do.
Hmm. So here's a Norm Saunders. I love his painted covers. This one, the skeleton's kind of like a ghost, and it's coming through the door. Not sure if you can see that. And then see how it's kind of coming through the door. Can you see that?
Hmm.
And then the girl in the red dress. Just a really great.
Beautifully
It's
done.
just
Beautifully executed painting.
unknown worlds, unknown world, I should say. And then the back cover is actually kind of interesting too. You got this little dude. I don't know what he's doing.
Never before conceived in the minds of man.
Yeah. Uh, to turn each cover is to enter corridors of horror. So that's I don't know, that's
On
pretty cool.
sale at your favorite newsstand. So first they threaten you.
I know, it's like
First they threaten you, and then they say it's on sale in your favorite newsstand for 10 cents.
yeah, yeah, it's really cool. I don't know. I really like that one. And then and this one I put it on my list, and then once I was like really scared when I put this one on my my top 10 list, because I was like, oh, this is too cool. I have to get it myself before anyone else gets it. So I bought it just before I posted my video on it. I just love this one. This is one of these Atlas ones. And it's like the guys coming in, and the girl's just, oh, I'll be just a minute, dear. I gotta put my face on.
This may take longer than a minute.
It might take. Well, women always say that, right? They always say it's going to be in a minute, and it's like takes like 10 hours later, right? So
Well, there's
that's
that
this.
Archie
This is the
cover.
explanation for it.
That's the Archie cover where he says, "Archie, I told you 4 hours ago. I need 15 more minutes."
Yeah,
And there's two covers like that where they have that.
yeah, it's a great joke. Who did this one? Carmen Infantino?
Interesting.
No, no, Russ Heath. Russ Heath.
It looks Russ Heath.
Yeah, it's Russ Heath. Russ Heath did a bunch of these ones for Atlas, these pre-code horror covers. Like he did what's it called? Spellbound. Spellbound. But I really love this one. I always thought this was a cool cover. And this one I think is really cool because this skeleton did not miss arm day.
Boy, I guess he sure didn't.
And we both have one where it's similar to this, where there's like sort of a girl being lugged around by some skeleton dude.
If you'll excuse me for just a moment.
Oh, I think some packages might have arrived for Steven. Um, so this is a weird Mystery Tales number 17 from Atlas Comics. And these ones, by the way, if you ever want to get into pre-code horror, but don't have like huge money to spend, a lot of the Atlas Precode horror books are very, very affordable. So this one's you know, he's big, he's big boned. Yes, he is big boned. Um, so yeah, so the movie House Horror, but just a really great one. They're coming through the movie theater screen. You see, they're actually giant compared to everybody else in the room. It's just this really great, and he's got kind of these cool eyes. Not sure if you can see that, and he's got a weird smile. He's got like a very like as if there's skin on that skull. It's very odd. So yeah. Hi, who dat? And
Hello, Russell.
and then we got this is the Spellbound that I was referring to. I'm not sure if
Oh
you
yeah,
pulled
we
this
have
one.
twins, but again, I didn't pull that one. Darn it.
This is a good one. This is one this is one I recommended to you. When I saw it, I was like, oh man, you got to get this one. And then I forced you to buy it. But just look at this. Look at the headlight cover on this. This is awesome. And you got all these weird tentacly guys coming out of the ground. Can you see that? Yeah, it's just like really crazy tentacly creatures, and this girl, not completely red dress, but just a really awesome one. And then the guy is already getting strangled by the tentacles. And this is another Russ Heath cover from 1954. I think the generation of 1954 Precode horror covers are some of the best. Just that era was kind of the pinnacle of the Precode horror. Yeah, kind of like Chud's. I thought that was an interesting movie. And then we got another Atlas title. This is Mystic, and it's the wedding issue where you got the headless groom and the skeleton bride. I don't know why they look so surprised in a way. Okay, so they're coming home and they look shocked, but look at the place that they're in. Their windows all smashed, the mirrors all smashed. I mean, they should expect something creepy in a weird way. Just and this one's interesting because this is actually a coded book. This is pre-code in terms of the Comic Code Authority, but this one actually has the star code right down at the bottom there. I'm not sure if you can see it, but
Yep.
hopefully. So that a lot of nobody actually followed the pre-code, the earlier code, but they would put it on anyways. I mean, I don't think this would actually follow under their own guidelines, which so why bother even buying it? It's just like, but it's such a cool book. So yeah, so that's Mystic number 21. And are you ready? Did you have
Yeah,
your
I'm ready.
books?
They didn't. It was a false alarm. It's just a truck.
False alarm. Oh, isn't that the worst? Okay, I'm just gonna show two more, and then I'll let you go.
Okay.
So we got
Nice. I love that.
horrific. This
That
one's a
need
really cool one.
you need quite a bit of light to look into what's
Yeah, this one's
actually going. There's a lot going on inside that cover. It's hard to see.
yeah, it's a very black cover.
Your face is behind, like by his earring, you can see the eyes are like skulls or
They're
something that are
appearing. Yeah,
behind
you
him.
can almost see it. I'm really trying to zoom in on it, like it's reflective, so it's hard to see. But right there, you can see kind of like the eyes,
Hmm.
and look at his teeth, and it's a really crazy witch doctor kind of look. This is by Don Heck, and one more Don Heck horrific I'm going to show, and then I'll switch back to you. Is I always like these ones. The shrunken head on a stake with the flames. I like fire covers, and
And who did that one again?
this is another Don Heck.
I see the name down there in a box. Doesn't look like. Is that Don Heck?
Yeah, Don Heck.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Hi,
Don
Callie.
Heck. Don Heck did a lot of the horrific
I
covers.
always think of Don Heck and the fine line he had with Iron Man, where he had sort of the magazine art that he had.
Okay. Yeah, it's funny because I knew of the pre-code horror stuff before the Iron Man and all these other things that he did. I always think of him as a pre-code horror artist. So I think it's really weird when I hear that he did superhero stuff.
Well, then Russ Heath and some of these others too that did
Well,
that. Look at Russ Heath and all those war comics, but of course Kubert just went all the way through.
yeah, Kubert was involved with so many different things.
So was Infantino.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they were around for a long time. So,
Uh,
um,
this
okay,
is
you
not,
ready?
yeah, this is not pre-code horror, but it's horror, but it's
Okay,
very topical horror
okay.
because James Gunn just dropped the trailer
Oh,
to Creature Commandos, and evidently it's going to be claymation, I hear, which
yeah, I heard that too.
really
That's really weird.
this augurs very well. I don't know what the hell's going to happen. I mean, it's leave it to James Gunn to come up with it. And but the cart it's a cartoon that I saw. The trailer was a cartoon. What
Yeah,
was
it's
it?
cartoon.
No,
It was
or
a
no.
cartoon.
Voltron will be claymation, I think.
Oh, Voltron's
Voltron
claymation.
will
Oh,
be
okay.
claymation, and then it's a
The,
cartoon for the
for
Creature Commando.
the Future Commandos. Yeah, okay, that makes more
And so
sense.
they're ripping heads and eyeballs and blood spurt and all this other stuff.
Oh, I
It's not
think it's
for
gonna
everyone.
like based on James Gunn. It's gonna be ultra violent.
And and the music they had was "Please Don't Let Me Be Misunderstood," which his choice was the music choice is just great. But this is Creature
Oh, nice.
Commandos. This is the first appearance of them in Weird War Tales number 93 from November of 1980. So if you can
Nice.
feature this book from 80 is 44 years old.
Isn't that crazy? Like, I was thinking,
1980, you say, well, it's a modern book. Yeah, 44 years ago
well, it would be considered still Bronze Age-ish, right?
in 1980.
Yeah, so Bronze Age they say goes to 82 sometimes, right?
I
And
always
then
heard that
Copper's after, and then so Copper they always say is like when TM like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles came out.
this is a Kubert cover. It's a 50 center, and the 50 centers were thicker, as you know. And so to find them in higher grade, they took a beating because the books were bigger.
Oh, Fiddle Chips is better than you.
Well, we always knew that.
Yeah, I have a raw copy of that book, not graded. Oh, some House of Mystery.
Bernie Wrightson
Very nice.
in the Vertigo series.
Is that Vertigo? No. Does it say Vertigo? Really? I thought Vertigo was later. I can't see it, but I'll pretend you're pretending that I can see that.
Vertigo DC Comics.
Oh, really? I thought Vertigo was in the late 80s.
It might be. This was
Okay.
late. This is from July of 90.
Oh, okay. So that's okay. I thought, yeah. Okay. So that explains that part of it.
This was another one that I found, and uh, it was just like in the cattle call at the beginning, pre 1950 or 1950. I can't remember which one this is. I think this is pre after 1950 up, not pre 1950. But it's a scary one, and there is there's this bloody orbed skeleton guy. He says, "No, I'll talk to him. He's got to understand how important it is that I have my chance to see this girl and try to win her love." Worlds of Fear, stories of weird adventure. And it's a Powell cover, May, number 4 from May, probably early. Only with the lights fully lit, only with the lights fully lit and in the sight of friendly faces will you dare read The Return of the Dead Lover.
Oh yeah, that's a nice one. I've been trying to get that series as well. I have like a bunch of issues from it. That's really cool. I like the eyeballs. You know what the eyeballs remind me of?
There's
Is it
another
like
book with eyeballs.
Wizard of, yeah, there's another one that reminds me, but also it reminds me of like either Alice in Wonderland or The Wizard of Oz when she's walking through the forest. I don't know. It kind of reminds me of that strangely. Okay. So Vertigo was launched officially in 1993, but unofficially in 1990, ended in 2020. Thank you. See, I thought it was late 80s too. I thought it was late 80s, but what do I, my memory is not the greatest. Oh, Black Cat. I could pull out my copy of that, but I didn't. So I'll let you show it. That's a great book. I love that one. I like that it's a witch that's burning her as a witch. I think that's just really good.
It's sort of a non sequitur, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really funny. There's not too many bondage covers with the Black Cat, and like so I've been trying to collect all the bondage covers for her. Oh, Dead Who Walk. Is that on my wall still? Oh, I didn't leave that up. I love that book. That's a great one. And you got a really nice grade of it too. Like a 4.0. It's beautiful.
The chip out of the spine is what dropped it.
Yeah.
The rest of it is just killer.
It looks actually, yeah, if it wasn't for that chip, probably would have graded like maybe like an 8 or something crazy.
Yeah, it's really a nice copy.
Yeah.
And the guy and the ghosts are saying, here she is. Here she is. She put on a tight bodice. She's got her boobs hanging right out of her shirt, right? A
Mm-hmm.
tight skirt, and she's down in the dungeon. Anything good? And look how green that cover is, too.
I know, it's really awesome.
It says, "What strange mysteries lie beyond the grave?" This is an Avon comic. And the guy in the back says, "I want a body so that I can live again." And then the next guy says, "She laughed at me. I told her I'd come back and make her pay." And then the one in the front says, "Anne's beauty has beckoned me from the horrors of death. She'll be mine now."
Oh, it's
So,
awesome.
so the shortcut through the cave, out of the unknown came the evil spirits of the dead.
That's great.
Here is Dark Mysteries number 19. A.C. Hollingsworth art, John D'Agostino. And this is a bondage cover with
This is one of my
skeleton heads.
favorite covers from that run. I love that cover. That's another series I'm trying to get all the books from. That's a really good one. The Dark Mysteries are all skeleton covers for the most part.
Weird Tales of Horror. It says, "I wanted to study the torture secrets of these ancient corpses, but they came back to life. Now they say I must die. Read The Rack of Terror." And it was sort of a very no frills back cover, too.
That's from Comic Link.
This one is a really wild Dark Mysteries. This is Dark Mysteries number 10.
If it only had a red dress. Yeah, I know. That's the only flaw.
And then A.C. Hollingsworth and John D'Agostino art again, but this is a High Fleshman cover. And it says here, what is it? Is it cannibalism? Something friendly.
Something friendly.
Yeah, cannibalism story and a witch burning bondage cover. And not just one witch, not just two, but this ghoul guy has got 3. He's torched. 2 are already being immolated screaming. And this cute one in the front's about to get the chop from Green Zombie Boy.
Mm-hmm.
And the blue striated moon.
Oh, it's awesome. This is my favorite. the one that I'm trying to get. I've been trying to get that book for a while, and I just have no luck every time. It's just either crazily priced or like I saw 1.0 copies going for $800. Just crazy, crazy priced. But I love that one. That's a
But
really good one.
this is way to hell over the top. This is from um, February of 1953.
Very nice.
Any number of these, matter of fact, all of these you could show for Halloween, but I just wanted to show this one because it is it is less good girl. Well, it is good girl, but it's more monster driven. And
Oh,
this is,
Callie found the zombie Popeye one.
oh, good for you.
That's a hard book to find. It's actually quite
That's
good.
the one I have in the slab, isn't it, Alan?
Yeah, yeah, it is.
Yeah, where the guts are all hanging out and everything.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a crazy cover.
This is Ghost Comics number 6 from the spring of 1953. It's a bondage cover, and it was drawn by artist Maurice Whitman.
I figured we'd do the twinsies. I just had it right in front of me. I didn't pull this one, but I had it. I always have it nearby. Your colors are really great.
Thank you.
The reds are really, really nice. Almost looks like, I don't know. It's kind of weird how the girl. Maybe it's just I'm more zoomed
No,
in.
listen, look at her hair, Alan. Look at her
Mhm.
hair. Look how much more hair this one has. Yours is further cropped in. Do you see
Yeah,
that?
that's what I'm saying. I was thinking like mine looks like it's more zoomed in on
It
the.
is more zoomed in.
Yeah,
Look,
it's really
let's see
weird.
the edge of the, yeah, look at the arm.
Yeah, it's almost like mine's
Well,
zoomed
the
in.
arm looks pretty close, but down below,
But
it's
definitely
definitely
the girl has like is
more
cropped.
hair on mine. There's more picture here.
It
Look at the
also looks.
distance. Look at the distance between her fist and the edge of the book. That's the
Yeah,
tell. And her
yeah, yeah.
foot.
So does that mean I have more top? I don't know.
Oh, it
It's
means
just
yours,
zoomed in.
yours. No, it just means yours has been trimmed.
Mine's not trimmed. Jeez.
Thanks a lot, Moriarty. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's interesting. But the vagaries they had of doing these things.
It almost
And
like looks like mine was zoomed in comparatively. It's
it
weird.
is. And then I have two more.
Yeah, mine's a
I
counter.
had I
William,
had.
his is the counterfeit. The zoomed
I'm
in one
sorry.
is the. Yours is the counterfeit. Mine's the real. The
I
zoomed
see.
in one is the.
Yours is really trimmed. Okay, and then there's mine. This is
I was
Witchcraft.
debating about pulling that one. It's at the bottom of some pile though.
This is Witchcraft number 5, Avon, December of 52 to January of 53, classic painted cover, and Kelly Free is the artist for the cover. And this is such a hard
Yes, I
book
have it.
to get. And to get that green, the darker green, and a higher grade, you definitely have to compete monetarily to buy this book.
Yeah, it was expensive. I have to
It
say.
ain't cheap,
Yeah, it's a
but
cool one though.
it is something that, I mean, you look at all of the different color of this painted color, the way she is colored, all the, like the maroon and the red and the purple and the red and the redhead with green, and then just the way her physiognomy, and then all these skulls and skeletons and all this.
I think there's like a theme going on tonight. Girls taking shortcuts through paths that are not necessarily the best
It
ones.
ain't good. It ain't good to do that. Erie has a couple of those too, where they says, "I'll just take this shortcut through. Oh, there's a house with skulls all over it. I'm sure I can get directions for that."
Everyone's competing in the chat. It's like really funny.
Congratulations, Chris O. And also
I think I
somebody else
bring
in Fiddle and uh,
Fiddle was saying he has Archie 50, which is but it's sad that it might be trimmed.
well, yeah, but Archie 50 is a great
That's an
book.
awesome book.
It's one of my it's the best good girl Archie cover. Betty or Veronica. Betty got isn't it interesting that the siren slut rich bitch Veronica. The
Hmm.
siren doesn't
I
have
like
the one
Veronica.
Where Betty is smiling on the sofa with her boobs out,
Hmm.
like this one, like I have the Shane McCormick homage right there.
Yeah, yeah.
The last one I have is an LB Cole cover, and it's got all manner of scary themes in it. It's got a skull. It's got a candle that's lit on the top of his head.
Oh, okay,
Uh,
wait. Do I have that handy? Mm. I don't have mine handy.
this is a very, very difficult book to get in grade, and it's expensive. It's expensive.
Exactly. Wait. Leo, Lay. Lao.
Lao,
Lao.
Lao.
I always do that Leo thing. I don't know why. But Lao is totally right. Veronica is the preferred girl of the two. Okay, so
That's easy for you to say.
not really. I was struggling there. Okay.
No, I like them both, but push comes to shove, I'm on Team Betty. Much the same way on Gilligan's Island. Are you on Team Ginger or Team Marianne? I like Ginger, but I'm on Team Marianne. And I'm
Yeah.
also on Team Jeannie if I dream of Jeannie. And she isn't up against anybody, but I'm on Team
See,
Jeannie.
there's no competition there.
So anyway, but this one has particularly good cover colors on it.
Yeah, it's really nice.
And this 2.5, these the LB Cole books that are the classic ones are just, they're very hard to find,
Very hard to
uh,
find it in any
nice,
grade.
and they're also, and then yeah, then you have, there's competition, so you have to choke up a bunch of dough.
I definitely choked up a bunch on that one. When did you got that just recently though, right?
Uh, yeah, well, yeah, of late, yes,
Yeah.
of late. I got it of late.
Team B Arthur from Golden Girls. That's pretty sad.
She was in World War II. I think she was she was in the army. B. Arthur.
Hmm. Yeah. So yeah, see, both of them. I don't know. I think she's the better of the two. I mean, I don't know. They each have their own pluses and minuses.
Well, Archie was hooked up with Betty before Veronica came into town.
That's true.
She,
Veronica's later. Yeah.
Betty was Archie's girlfriend, the girl next door who could, suck a golf ball through 50 feet of hose, right? I wish. But Veronica is the rich bitch. She is the salt. She's the siren. She is sultry. But
Mhm.
the most expensive and the most iconic good girl Archie cover is Betty
Is
50 or Archie
yeah,
50.
yeah, RG50, yeah. All right. So did you pull any other books? Are you
No,
gonna show that?
that was because I knew that we had an hour and a half, and we're almost at an hour and a half because of Yohade, and I didn't want to have it be
Here, one
anything.
sec. I'm gonna let you show that. I'm gonna grab my Archie 50.
I had him. I had Shane put in a little more detail. Archie looks. Her face looks much more like the cat and the canary, and he's the canary and she's the cat. But I think I liked the way he did this. I did a post recently where I showed this and on Instagram, and then after that I show the um, Cheryl Blossom variant of that, and then I show my Archie 50, which I've got a very nice copy.
Here's my copy. My copy's not that bad.
Nice colors on it.
Hmm. So show your Shane. You
Oh,
can compare. I think he did a good job. I mean, I like some of the extra features that he added to it, which is fun.
yes. I mean, he put different points. He emphasized different points of the cover.
Yes, I thought that was cute. And he did a really good job. I mean, he did capture the cover really well. I mean, even the word balloon and all the trade dress, he did a great job. Yeah, very nice. Very odd way to end a pre-code horror thing, but
Well, let's face it, cool is cool, and somebody in the chat likes,
I
uh,
like the points he makes too. So yeah, so that was our Spooktacular. Actually, this is part 1 of 2, believe it or not, because we're going to continue the Spooktacular festivals on Friday. So
yes,
but it'll be more of the modernish stuff, more Bronze Age up.
I don't. I will bring what I have.
Hmm.
I don't have a great deal of Bronze
But you have
Age.
some silver. I mean, you can bring your silver monsters and stuff like that. Is my point.
Okay, I don't. I'll do my best.
Yeah, we'll bring some
Well,
stuff.
I'll tell you what monsters I'll be bringing my Marvel monsters,
Okay.
and I have at least a half a dozen I haven't shown.
Cool, cool. So yeah, there's a bunch of stuff that we can show. And there's modern stuff that we can show that's pretty cool too.
Hmm.
So we got some stuff to show.
We got stuff.
On Saturday, there's a couple of announcements I have to just quickly make. I'm not sure if I'm going to be doing this or not, but we're gonna see. It might happen, it might not happen. There is the Comic Awards. The CBCA awards are happening on Saturday, right? Where
Yes.
we'll finally find out who is the champion of the world. And it's probably the most important awards show of all time. Um,
Well, of comics anyway.
of comics, anyway. It's
Of
kind of
well,
like the
comics on
comics
YouTube,
on YouTube, very narrow niche.
because on account of the Instagram awards, that guy hasn't done them for quite some time. But
Mhm.
I'm very hopeful. We try to do our best, and
Hopefully, we'll
hopefully
win.
hopefully we will prevail. But it's still a
Hopefully,
lot of fun to show everybody everything.
yeah. And also, if that like that will happen, but Matt and I were debating about on Saturday. I'm going to be doing a show where Matt and I went to the Ottawa Capital Comic Con, and we had a battle. Who could find the best cover and the best first appearance? So I picked up all of these books, which I will be showing on Saturday on Matt's channel. I'll be going over to Matt's channel and hanging out with him on his channel. So definitely check out Matt Likes Comics. Subscribe to him and excuse me.
God
I
bless you.
had to sneeze all of a sudden. So go over there, check out his channel because I'll be hanging out there and showing some pretty cool books. I got some pretty good books, and I only like I love the situation where you go to a Comic Con with no money. Like I went with zero money and I came out with a ton of books. Isn't that awesome?
With books to trade.
I brought books to trade. Yes, I brought my low
Otherwise,
grade.
you're a crook, and they're on their way for you.
The police are at the door. So, but I only brought like I traded 4 books and got all these ones. So I think I did well. It was
Well, it looks like it. My gosh.
yeah. So it was a good trade. People were nice to me. They were like, oh, they're getting used to seeing me all the time. It's like, oh, that guy again. Oh, I guess we'll have to trade something. So- but uh, but yeah. So that's it. So I appreciate everyone coming. Check us out on Friday and on Saturday, and hopefully we'll win. Hopefully everyone voted for us. I hope so. I got all my family and dead relatives to vote, and so
Thanks,
thanks again,
everybody.
everyone.
See you
Have a
later.
good week. Bye.